at the flyer, it has like a scary feel to it. Like I know I'm about to get into some mystery,
Yes.
of it. So is that more of what the movie is? Well, give us not going into full detail because we want.
I'll tell you, for me, it was a whole process. I found the audition, I read the synopsis, I read the character descriptions, and I was like, oh, I want GYPSY.
Right.
So coming into the audition, before the audition, I prepared my mind, and I actually went out to go buy clothes that I thought GYPSY would wear. It was me, I was the vibe. And I came in and showed that it was me, I was the vibe. So, yeah.
The vibes don't lie.
Yeah, that is true. When you speak a character to existence, it kind of just fluctuate on that. With the character. I've always been curious with actors and actresses. When you get a particular role, how hard is that together and just branch them off to the side? Get some practice time. Because it's a team. So if you practice as a team, you're gonna win as a team.
Yeah.
Versus if you have this person here, this is the main character, the other, two main characters, and they just come together the day of shooting and just with lines.
And Shauna was amazing about that, about setting up
Absolutely.
scenes. Shout out to
Yes.
Shauna Jackson, our director / screenwriter. That's what I say.
I agree, and also I think I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I can't do that till I lose weight or till I do something or some sort of enhancement."
Yeah.
And I want to say, hold on, you've seen movies, right? You've seen Danny DeVito on film. You've seen all these different kinds of people you see on movies. They reflect people you see outside every day. So remember that. Remember that there's some little kid at their house that wants to see somebody on TV that reflects themselves.
But such a great cast together because I'm seeing this.
And so there were so many weird instances, like how Kari was from New Orleans, and this is where it takes place, and where the character's from and stuff. And there were other weird instances of like, oh, this just all kind of fit together
Abby.
really well. Abby, the amount of times on set would be like, Abby. I just went by both at one point.
Yeah.
Like, she's a bartender, I'm a bartender. There was a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I think it just fit together like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Like, I think that working with good people will bring good results,
Mhm.
and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Well, we definitely appreciate you all for coming through. We definitely want y'all to come back.
Of
In
course,
December,
I'd love to.
when,
Thank you for having us.
when we get ready, for the premiere.
Teller, palm reader, and a voodoo priestess. And I've been in the family or a secret family member for years. And I don't want to give away too much.
Okay, now
I'm a street singer.
you're what?
I'm a street singer.
Street center.
This wasn't for me.
Okay. So how long have y'all been acting and performing?
Oh, me since I was a child. I'm from Houston, and I started actually at the Ensemble Theater when I was 12 years old. So I've been doing stage plays and also indie television, commercials, etc. And music is really my primary talent. I do opera, and then I turned and started doing rock and soul and R&B.
So Hendrix.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I love the electric guitar.
Gotcha. And how long have you been?
I've been singing all my life. I started in church.
So
Then I
Lisa
ventured out
is
to like neo soul. I like to do some freestyle too. I write my music and I'm also an expert.
Okay.
yes, Lisa's like family and also artist, friend of mine, and I was inspired by a song that Lisa played. I had a twin sister. She passed last August, right in the middle of production, and her and my sister called me on the phone and they sang this beautiful song, and I immediately knew I wanted it in the movie, and so I wrote Miss Lisa in specifically so she could share this song with the world.
So when you look, because I know you've been with Tony for years, but when you look at as from a casting director standpoint, when you get the script, how do you visualize this character? This person fits with this. This is what I'm looking for.
Tony called me with the idea and the synopsis, and you know, was very specific on what characters he wanted in there.
Mhm.
And then I just kind of went to work. And there were several times where he and I, when we were writing, that we didn't even know what the character, how it was going to end, or what the character was going to do. So my process is I put their photos on my wall in my office space, and I sit with them for months and months and weeks, and I just start to morph a little bit into what the character's going to sound like and look like and move like. And ironically, we have two singer-songwriter musicians, which that's where the world Tony comes from, is music. And so we had to have music because that's his love, it's his first love.
Yeah, that is true.
So we got to use them in different ways and also hear their music. So
I definitely look forward to hearing your music. I haven't heard the music, I heard the voice.
Yes, it's more coming.
So how easy is it on a writing perspective with Neo Soul? Is it easier or is it kind of harder? Because I feel like from Neo Soul you have to draw from something deep.
Yes.
Versus R&B, you can just hear the beat and just write to it. But I think from Neo Soul you gotta.
It is. It's really even all depends on the moment, the energy that you're in, and you know, just sitting down and actually being able to focus. Was when I wrote that song, I actually had a download in like 2 hours in the middle of the night, and I had recorded it on my phone in the restroom with a Bluetooth phone, and it came out so fast. But it was like everything that had been inside of me that I needed to put down on paper. Because a lot of us, even like little boys and little girls, were like children in the inside. So we have to learn how to express ourselves and understand that your trauma could be the worst or the best thing that ever happened to you. So
you're all around, and that's what I love about you all too. I see the dynamics of, you know, I think y'all two should collab. I can see a hit. I can see a hit. I can see it. I can see it.
Me personally, it's Jane's World on Instagram and TikTok. If you type in Sydney Jane, SYDNEE Jane, or Sydney Sunray Jane, I'm all over there. So, YouTube, Sydney Jane, all that.
just look for the bright light.
on Instagram, Lisa Love and Lifestyle LGBT522.
Okay. And Michonne?
Zen and Paper Girl on all platforms. ZENANDPAPER on all platforms.
So what's next for Tony and the crew?
We are in the middle of pre-production right now on a full feature movie called The Hollow Room. We just casted for it. We are working on short content for TikTok shops. We are actually filming a day in the life of a music video artist today. Lots of things are coming from people of color films and Zen and Paper Girl. So
If you need a radio personality,
you already know, Peter.
or
You
if you
already
need,
know.
or an Uber driver,
Yeah.
I can do either.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I will. Thank you, Sydney. And then also you can follow our journey on YouTube at People of Color Films or on all platforms, Gypsy in the Quarter. And you'll be able to check us out and see what the girls are doing and what the cast is doing up till December when the movie comes out exclusively on Tubi.
And then there's going to be a red carpet premiere, and
Yes.
so I will be there.
We're excited about it.
It's kind of, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to the movie. Like
Yeah.
I'm ready to see a teaser of the movie.
You haven't seen the trailer?
No, it's
I've
not.
never
No,
seen
it's
it. Anyway.
easy. we work with Tony Tigga Patterson, okay? I mean, he makes you work for it, he makes you earn it. But what I would say is what we learned from the last project was our timing, our preparation, and I'm just a very deeply organized person, and
Right.
so bringing that into the fold with Tony just kind of helped us to do better. And I think what we took away from this that we didn't do on the last time was that we listened.
Gotcha.
We listened to ourselves and our characters.
I like this camaraderie. It just has a perfect fit. Like it has a vibe. Like what advice would you give somebody that's trying to break into the industry?
faith and fear cannot live in the same house. You have to pick one. So whatever you feel in your heart it is that you need to be doing, you need to do it because you only have one life to live.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, that is very true. What advice would you give?
As I think Cynthia from Wicked coined the multi-creative word. Yeah, shout out to my mentor. But as a multi-creative, I would say do all the things. Like if you have a talent in it, try it, do it. You know, and if you're curious or you know have a passion about something, go for it. Try it out. You know.
And then, you know, from somebody wanted to get in, you know, they scared of that feedback that you know, from the other side. I call it the management side.
Yeah.
But from the creative standpoint, you know, obviously the people working behind the scenes choosing their characters, you know, from a casting standpoint, what advice would you give somebody that comes in fearful? You know, you can see the fear in their eyes, but you can see the talent in them.
I mean, if they come in fearful,
Mhm.
they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. If you're scared, I don't know if I can sense it. If you're scared to, you know, then do it. Then that's how they know they're in the right place. But just make sure that everything gets left at the door. A lot of times, creatives in general, even if they're actors or performers, they put kind of a wall up between themselves and the viewer, whether that's the casting director or the script writer or the producer or their fans on Instagram.
Right.
It's the realness. It's when that wall comes down and they go, fuck it. I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and I'm gonna go balls out and I'm just gonna give them everything. And that's the fear. The fear is just not caring. You know, I look at it like a roller coaster ride, like, you know, and it's when you're in the seat and they're putting the seatbelt on and, you know, a lot of people think, oh, it's the fall that's scary, but it's not. It's actually that last time that the rider comes across and he checks the seatbelt. Because right then you have the option of getting off the ride. You can say, hey, let me out. You actually made a decision to be scared shitless.
Right.
And if we can think about that moment and not the fall, you'll always succeed, no matter what.
Right, because right when it takes off.
Yeah.
Okay. How is the difference between stage and well, I mean it's sets, but you know, two different sets.
No, well, stage you actually have to take your character from beginning to the end every time, every show. You know, you get those butterflies when you're getting on stage, and then it's an adrenaline rush, and you watch your character actually go through its whole arc. You know, you as an actor, as a person, actually, you expend a lot of energy on stage.
Right.
If you're really into your character, yeah.
So I think with stage, what I've heard with stage is you only have one take to get it right. There is no mistakes. If you mess up, everybody's gonna see it. To where with movies, you can go edit it, redo it.
Oh, so my character, his name is Romero. He's a super successful, ambiguous ethnicity. Anyway, he's an entrepreneur. He runs across GYPSY, and they kind of kick it off.
Okay.
See where that goes.
He's the charter.
He's like, hey man. Nah, that's super dope. So.
That's true. And in film, you also more subtle. So, you know, on the stage, you actually have to be big. You have to show bigger. So, behind film, you could just, you know, your smallest movements are huge. On stage, you can't see.
So what made you decide to get into acting?
Really, it was something that was in the back of my head for a number of years. It felt like something that I could do, but I really honestly was not brave enough to really pursue it when I was in my younger years. And then I think it kind of all started, I mean, the show Mo Amer kind of set the whole thing off. I was at a Mo show, and he was talking about how they were going to have some filming coming up, and it was in Houston. I'm also Palestinian, and it was something I wanted to come to support the cause. So I got on background, I was a stand-in, and then after that I started doing classes and felt like this was something, I hadn't looked back since.
So something that was always in the back of your mind, like you knew you wanted to go this route. And we were talking earlier about fear, just like jump rope. Should I go in? Should I not go in? And, and now that you're in, what's your outlook on it now that you're finally conquered that dream?
Just, if we're going to stick to the fear theme, you embrace it. I mean, the whole thing is, especially coming from sports, from a sports background, if you don't feel the fear, if you don't feel the butterflies, then it's time to quit.
Right.
So that's something that I'm learning to harness, and you're also kind of conquering yourself. So I'm kind of also learning a lot about myself along the way. And I mean, especially if you're working with the right people, they really tend to bring and stretch out a lot of the good stuff. So for me, it's been therapeutic.
To relate to that particular role and get into that.
It took me, see, that's where Sean came in. So I had a take on it, and she had a vision.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the vision. And so when we were working on it, she was pulling out of me what she needed. But then when I had time to kind of dwell on it, I felt like it clicked, because I got to know her better. She knew me, and I knew what she was looking for.
Right.
So it was just kind of embracing and understanding the assignment and what it was supposed to be.
Gotcha.
I can relate to Romero, very much so. But the question is, well, what is the question?
So with the character, how easy is it for you to relate to that character, to get into that role?
Yeah. So no, I relate to Romero. Starting businesses, he seems to know what he wants when he's going about business. He sees Gypsy. Have you ever fell in love at first sight?
I believe in that.
You don't really know a person, but you just have a feeling, like an energy. And so he's a big feeling person. So yeah, I can relate to him in that one.
So for anybody that wants to get involved in, Tony's projects, how can they reach you all?
Yes, so People of Color Films at gmail.com or Zen and Paper Girl at gmail.com, and People of Color Films and Zen and Paper Girl on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're easy to find.
And they could follow the Gypsy movie page
And
as well.
yes, and the movie page is a Gypsy in the Quarter on
Okay.
Instagram and Facebook. Yes.
I'm gonna follow that as soon as we get off air. I already followed the film production, but I got to follow the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, and then I will follow you all.
Yes,
sir.
our Gypsy
Yeah.
journey.
I'll find
These are our guys of Gypsy, our men of Gypsy. Aren't they cute? Well, y'all can't see these men, but let me tell y'all, okay? Let me tell y'all, they brought it. Y'all don't understand what's
I got some
happening.
good looking men in the building. We be special like that.
Yeah.
Yes, tall
You guys
drinks
hold
of
it down.
waters, honey.
Hey, keep your daughters away from his brother.
How did your daughter
These brothers
find
are
her
smooth
wife?
now. These brothers are smooth. Different background, ethnicity, but that Mr. Steal your girl.
Yes.
There it is. Well, I
Thank you
appreciate
for
y'all for
having
coming
us.
through. Oh yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get back into the mix right here at 95.3 Jams. Let's get it.
You. Da, 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 da. Never too much is ever enough of you. Never too much is ever enough of you. So true, I do love everything that you do.